Greetings, family. This is Cassandra-Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. And my electronic devices act like they want to have an attitude. Okay. So, I actually got to come back early and still get paid because there was some conflict with my last client. So I got paid. Yes, Tajli, I got paid without having to do an hour and a half massage. So I'm feeling like all things are right with the world right now. You feel me? Anyway, so that's nice. That's nice. It's nice. All right. So greetings, Balance. How you doing, boo? So yeah, I got to come back up in here and get ready to finish this reading. Isn't that wonderful how the universe just works in your favor? You feel me? So I'm gonna get right into it. Like there was a lot to digress on that last reading earlier this evening, but we only have yes, mommy and I are one, boo. So we only have 3 actual pages, which is 6 full. Oh, how you doing, Ariadne? Good to see you, boo. So we only have 3 pages, which is 6 technical pages to finish this book. Okay? We're finishing this book tonight. And Goddess wants us to finish this book tonight because she allowed for me to get out of this massage and still get paid. She's like, bitch, go home and finish the book. You feel me? So, those of you who have been following along most diligently, we are reading from the book Beyond God the Father and Toward a Philosophy of Women's Liberation by Mary Daly. And we are on the last stretch. Okay. So those of you who are following along, those of you who have the book, we are on page 192. We are on the second paragraph from the top. I'm gonna read, y'all. We gonna discuss this book tomorrow in the temple study. So I'm just gonna try to read without digressing too much. Okay. Greetings, Shy Boy Shades. I ain't forgot about you. I haven't sent the email out to anybody yet. I'm going to finish the Eventbrite tonight. And after you guys register through Eventbrite, I will send you the link to the Zoom for tomorrow's temple study, the first temple study of the new year. So I haven't forgot about you, okay? All right. So we're on the second paragraph down. And also, just for those of you who may be interested in participating in the temple study, you do not have to have the book to participate in the temple study. If you are interested in participating in the temple study tomorrow, Wednesday, at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Wednesday, January 8th, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know it's late, but everybody seems to be revolutionary gangsters and want to be doing this shit late, so I'm with it. I'm about it. Email me at EvoEmeTemp@gmail.com. That's EvoEmeTemp@gmail.com. Put temple study in the subject header. I will send you the link to register through the Eventbrite. And then once you register through the Eventbrite, I will send you the link to the Zoom. It will be a Zoom conference. Every time we do the temple study, it will be via Zoom. That way, it's not this way. It's not YouTube. I'm talking one directionally. You will be participating. The way that I conduct study group, the way that I conduct political education, if you will, is that I give you the information ahead of time. So if not tonight, first thing tomorrow morning, I'll give you the page numbers that we will be discussing tomorrow in the study group. You do not have to have the book because that's why I read the books online. You feel me? You go back to the numbers that I give you of the read, listen to them. If you don't have the book, mark them if you do have the book, and come up with at least one question, ideally 3 questions about the content of the read. Prepare to present your questions to the group so that we can discuss them tomorrow in the study group. This is what we call iron sharpening iron. It's not me talking at y'all in the Zoom. It is us, everybody, as evidence that we listened to or either read the content for the discussion. Come up with 1 question minimally, 3 questions ideally to present to the group, and then we all go in. You feel me? Give feedback about the questions, answer the questions, all of that shit. Okay? It's really dope. Everybody that's participated in the past, I haven't done this now since March of last year. But everybody that's participated has been like, oh my God, it's so great. You feel me? This is the process. So if you are interested, again, in participating in the first temple study of the new year, tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, make sure to send me an email tonight at EvoEmeTemp@gmail.com. That's EvoEmeTemp@gmail.com. Okay? All right. 192. Second paragraph down. Tellard sees both Marxism and Christianity as offering options towards convergence, both as opposed to the senescence of the utopian classless society. Christianity supposedly offers the possibility of paroxysm as a breaking of the bonds of space-time to reach the irreversible loving center of all evolution, the omega point, the cosmic Christ. Tellard's language is revealing, insisting that Christ is identical with the omega. He writes, quote, in order to demonstrate the truth of this fundamental proposition, I need only refer to the long series of Johannine and still more Pauline texts in which the physical supremacy of Christ over the universe is so magnificently expressed, end quote. To the non-dogmatic mind, it appears odd that Tellard thought it was possible to, quote, demonstrate the truth of anything merely by the fact that it is proclaimed in biblical text. It is hardly recognizable as the product of an evolutionary scientist philosopher's mind and imagination. The language about Christ is consistent with the dogmatic, authoritarian tone of the whole, quote, proposition of this renowned Jesuit philosopher. Tellard tends to split off and reify being, quote, the world travels not to bring forth from within itself some supreme reality, but to find its consummation through a union with a pre-existing being, end quote. Oh, shit. God damn it. His omega point is a static, listen, his omega point is a static spatial image, and in using it, he spatializes time. He visualizes the omega as an ape. God damn it. Oh, shit. He visualizes the omega as an apex of conic time, as a point, as the, quote, closing bulb on the tree of life, as the North Pole. Great. Bougie to Black Power. Cool. I will be checking my emails tonight, so make sure that you email me tonight, you guys. Okay? In brief, Tellard's omega point inspires claustrophobia. It is the repulsive metaphor of the mystical body of Christ revisited. Yes, it is. It is the true being clamping its iron jaws upon the becoming. His Christolatry cuts down his dream of cosmogenesis. Of cosmogenesis, and closes the door to the future. Y'all ain't heard. Closes the door to the future. All that rises must converge. Perhaps. But if this is convergence, Who would want erection? Taylor constantly uses the imagery of, quote, rising. But as we float upward with him, we notice that we are destined to bump into a reified something. Describing the seer, he writes, quote, gazing upwards towards the space, held in readiness for new creation, he dedicates himself to a progress which will bear with it or else sweep away all those who will not hear. His whole being seized with religious fervor, he looks towards a Christ already risen, but still unimaginably great. End quote. Yeah, damn. Enlivened by a dynamic intuition of being, women now coming alive hardly need or want a paroxysm toward a deadly omega point. Participation in being is the final cause. And because this is, quote, the end, and because this is the end, we can look forward to endless divergence. It makes us citizens. Ooh, it makes us citizens of the. God damn it! Yo, listen, y'all ain't rocking with me. It makes us citizens of the future. Yes, where we are already finding it possible to know a. Oh my God. Where we are already finding it possible to know a new past. Ooh. In organic space-time, our movement is not linear. If, as Nietzsche said, God is dead, is there any up or down left? Correction. To the degree that God the Father is dead, swept under by the living final cause, our movement is in all directions, backward, inward, sideward, forward, as is the case for life itself. Listen, God, woo. Conclusion: the end of the Looking Glass War. Listen. An unwitting description of the cause of the peace movement's built-in obsolescence was made by biblically based, hey, cut it out. Doing too much. Biblically based Dan Berrigan during an interview reported in December 1972. Quote, This seminary is like a playpen. I see signs in the elevators and in the halls, signs about raking leaves, sherry parties, women's liberation, and so forth, but never anything about the war. It's forgotten. There is, practically speaking, no church resistance to the war anymore, but I can't forget about the war, end quote. Berrigan's commitment and courage are unquestionable, but, quote, raking leaves, sherry parties, women's liberation, end quote. When will they understand? It is rapism that has spawned racism. It is gynocide. That gives rise. Y'all, when will they understand? It is rapism that spawns racism. It is gynocide that gives rise to genocide. In November 1972, the American people elected Richard Nixon in a landslide. God damn. I cannot, y'all. I cannot. In 1972, the American people elected Richard Nixon to a landslide victory. December 1972 witnessed the heaviest bombing raids on Hanoi since the beginning of the Vietnam War. When will they understand? Can it be that we are beginning to witness the fullness of the gospel? The elected one points us toward the omega point. It is a time of warfare between principalities and powers. Listen to the word, God damn it. Oh my God. Damn. God damn. Ooh, God damn. Listen to what the fuck she just said, y'all. In November 1972, if this is not today, I don't even know. I don't even know what to tell y'all. The book was written in 1973. She said in November of 1972, the American people elected Richard Nixon in landslide victory. In December, right after he was elected, in December of 1972, witnessed the heaviest bombing raids on Hanoi since the beginning of the Vietnam War. Mind you, the Vietnam War was 20 years long. Okay? When will they understand? Can it be that we are beginning to witness the fullness of the gospel? The elected one points us towards the omega point. It is a time of warfare between principalities and powers. When I read to y'all earlier today, isn't that what I talked about? Kind of in a roundabout way, but still related. I talked about principalities and powers. I talked about principle, integrity, even when shit is uncomfortable. What has been happening since the advent of Trump seizing the White House in a landslide victory? Not by a little bit, by a landslide. Y'all are doing too much. Y'all want to get locked in the room? Y'all doing too much. Now, I'm about to put y'all outside. Anyway, on December 20th, 1972, the news was telecast that Phil Barrington was released from prison. Mass was celebrated among a gathering of family and friends. During the Mass, Pete Seeger's song "Turn, Turn" was sung. The words that came over national television were, quote, to everything, turn, turn. A time to kill, a time to heal. The song, of course, has its origin in the Bible, in Ecclesiastes 3, 1a, chapter 3, 1 through 8. The chapter begins, there is a season for everything, a time for every occupation under heaven. Among the approved dichotomies listed in this wisdom literature, a time for killing, a time for healing, a time for knocking down, a time for building, a time for loving, a time for hating, a time for war, and a time for peace. And so the eternal circle turns. When will they understand? George Wade has written, quote, one has to begin to ask, are there such highly superior technological civilizations elsewhere in the universe? Or is there not only a time when such a creature arrives, but a somewhat latter time, perhaps not very much later, but perhaps not very much later, in which he departs? That problem now very much concerns us, end quote. One answer is, if they are humanoid creatures split against themselves by an alienative opposition of opposites in the very depth of their psyches, and if they do not resolve that problem, then surely they do depart. Our planet is inhabited by our planet is inhabited by half-crazed creatures, but there is a consistency in the madness. Virginia Woolf, who died of being both brilliant, God, oh my God, Virginia Woolf, listen, y'all. Virginia Woolf, who died of being both brilliant and female. This is how she died. She says she died of being brilliant and female. Goddamn. Virginia Woolf, who died of being both brilliant, and female, wrote that women are condemned by society to function as mirrors, reflecting men at twice their actual size. Oh my. Reflecting men at twice their actual size. God. Damn. When this basic principle is understood, we can understand something about the dynamics of the looking glass society. Let us examine once again the creature's speech. That language for millennia has affirmed the fact that Eve was born from Adam, the first among history's unmarried, pregnant. Oh my God. Oh my God. That language for millennia has affirmed the fact that Eve was born from Adam, child, the first among history's unmarried, pregnant males who courageously chose childbirth under sedation rather than abortion, consequently obtaining a child bride. God, oh, fuck. Woo! Give me a minute. Woo, child. She said Adam was the first single, unmarried, fucking, listen, male mother. His ass was pregnant out of wedlock. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mary is no joke. Let me read that slower. She said that language for a millennia has affirmed the fact that Eve was born from Adam, the first among history's unmarried, pregnant males who courageously chose childbirth under sedation rather than abortion, consequently obtaining himself a child bride. Oh my God. Y'all. When I say she took the motherfucking axe out, she said not only was Adam a pregnant, unwed mother, that he gave birth to Eve, who eventually became his bride. His daughter became his bride, child. Y'all, goddamn. Oh my God, y'all. Mary. God damn. You. She said, consequently obtaining himself a child, bride, child, goddamn. Oh my God. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, shit, I need a minute, y'all. Goddamn. Careful. God damn. Careful study of the documents recording such achievements of. This girl is an asshole. Oh, child, goddamn, Mary. Listen, let me read that whole shit. She said that language for millennia has affirmed the fact that Eve was born from Adam, the first among history's unmarried pregnant males who courageously chose childbirth under sedation rather than, listen, he chose childbirth under sedation. You feel me? Against his will. You heard? He was sedated. Remember, God put his ass to sleep before popping off one of his ribs. She said the first to choose childbirth under sedation rather than abortion, consequently obtaining himself a child bride. Careful study of the documents recording such achievements of Adam and his sons prepared the way for the arrival of the highest of the higher religions, whose priests took Adam as teacher and model. They derived a sacramental system which functioned magnificently within the sacred house of the mirrors. Graciously, they lifted from women the wondrous power, the wondrous power of childbirth, christening it, quote, baptism. God damn, christening it, quote, baptism. Thus, they brought the lowly material function of birth incompetently and even grudgingly performed by females to a higher and more spiritual level, recognizing the ineptitude of females in performing even the humble feminine task assigned to them by the divine plan. The looking glass priest raised these functions to the supernatural level in which they alone had competence. Feeding was elevated to become Holy Communion. Oh my God. All right, let's see if that worked. Y'all are wild. Yeah, I had a temporary blackout. They've been happening all over the city all day since these fires started. Uh um yeah, I hear you, Chloe Dior. Listen, I'll be honest, you feel me? Like the fire started this morning and I heard about it this morning. But it was interesting as soon as the fire started, like even now the wind is like howling. The wind is crazy. It's like it's howling and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You feel me? But not me trying to be a witch on y'all ass or anything like that. But what does fire and wind represent? We just talked about this on Saturday. I mean, y'all, I wish y'all could hear the wind. I've got the front door open because I was like, maybe they'll be able to hear it. Baby, I ain't seen no wind like that, like this, in years in LA. Just saying. I'm just saying. It started out, the fire today started out, I guess, from like a car accident or something. But like it's so dry here. It hasn't rained, like really rained, and so damn near since like I think the last time we had a really good rain was like June, July. It's so dry. It's so dry. And so it was some kind of car accident, some automobile burnt up in the freeway, and a few just on the road, just in the freeway on the road. The little fires, you know, caught up on one of the palm trees on the road. The little palm trees caught on fire, sent some little embers out into the wind, and that's all you wrote. It started out as a little automobile fire, and next thing you know, here Chloe Dio, because I haven't watched since I don't know. I haven't watched any news about it since maybe 2 o'clock this afternoon, but here it is. And she's saying it's 700 acres because the wind has been carrying the embers all over the place, baby. Yeah. Oya is the wind, Shango is the flame. I'm just saying, I haven't seen wind like this in years in LA. In years. I've been here 7 years now. 7 years. And I have not seen wind like this in years. The fire started very small, very contained, And okay, so Chloe, you're saying now it's 3,000 acres, from 700 to 3,000 acres. When I watched the news this morning, it was 200 acres. Is it on a new live? I'm still not seeing her. You can't see me, Claudia, on Cry? No, it's not a new live. It's the same live. But yeah, I had a temporary blackout, and so I had to reboot my internet. Shy Boy said, okay, yeah. So y'all keep talking to each other, because some of y'all can see me, right? I'm assuming some of y'all can see me. So I'm gonna finish this read. But damn, I was in there good when that shit happened. And it was only for a second, but like, yeah, there are blackouts everywhere. The shit is spread all the way up to Pasadena and Altadena. It's crazy. All right. Let me go back. Girl, I was in a vibe too when that shit happened. Damn, where was I at? Because Mary was going the fuck off. I'm going to go all the way back up to the top of that paragraph, because she was, child, this shit was like poetry. She ain't got no breaks up in this shit or nothing. Hold on. That language for millennia. That language. Okay. Everybody good. Aaron Piper, how you doing, boo? Okay. All right. Let's go. The christening and the baptism. Okay, cool. That language for millennia has affirmed the fact that Eve was born from Adam, the first among history's unmarried pregnant males who courageously chose childbirth under sedation rather than abortion, consequently obtaining himself a child bride. Careful study of the documents recording such achievements of Adam and his sons prepared the way for the arrival of the highest of the higher religions, whose priests took Adam as teacher and model. They devised a sacramental system which functioned magnificently within the sacred house of mirrors. Graciously, they lifted from women the wondrous power of childbirth, christening it baptism. Thus, they brought the lowly material function of birth, goddamn, of birth, incompetently and even grudgingly performed by females, to a higher and more spiritual level, recognizing the ineptitude of females in performing even the humble feminine task assigned to them by the divine plan. The looking glass priest raised these functions to the supernatural level in which they alone had competence. Feeding was elevated to become Holy Communion. Washing achieved dignity in baptism and penance. Strengthening became known as confirmation, and the function of consolation, which the unstable nature of females caused them to perform so inadequately, was, was raised to a spiritual level and called extreme unction, in order to stress the obvious fact that all females are innately disqualified from joining the sacred men's club. The looking glass priest made it a rule that their members should wear skirts. To make the point clearer, they reserved special occasions when additional men's club attire should be worn. These necessary accoutrements, accoutrements, I can't pronounce that word, but I know what it is, included delicate white lace tops and millinery of prescribed shapes and colors. These leaders, hold on, let's see, accoutrements included delicate white lace tops and millinery of prescribed shapes and colors. The leaders were required to wear silk hose, pointed hats, crimson dresses, and ermine capes, thereby stressing detachment from lowly material things and dedication to the exercise of spiritual talent. They thus became revered models of spiritual transsexualism. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. Damn. Whoa, shit. Oh my God. Damn. Listen. These anoint. I cannot. I can't. God damn. Mary got an attitude. Mary got an attitude. And she wants you to know about her attitude. Okay. These anointed, let's see. So they was cosplaying the drag. I just know this book is great to get put to. Silk stockings, the priests get to dress up like women. Isn't that what they wanted all along, though? Every story, every mythology, isn't that what they wanted all along? They envied the mother, so they killed her to become her. Isn't that what every story tells us? They envied the power of the mother, so they killed her to become her. Isn't that the story? I'm just saying. These anointed male mothers, who naturally are called fathers, felt maternal concern for the women entrusted to their pastoral care. Although females obviously are by nature incompetent and prone to mental and emotional confusion, they are required by the divine plan as vessels to contain the seeds of men so that men can be born and then supernaturally, correctly reborn as citizens of the heavenly kingdom. Therefore, in charity, the priest encouraged women to throw themselves gratefully into their unique role as containers for the sons of the sons of the Son of God. God damn. Sincerely moved by the fervor of their own words, the priests educated women to accept this privilege with awestruck humility. Goddamn. Since the Protestant Reformation, spiritual looking glass education has been modernized in some rooms of the House of Mirrors. Reformed male mothers gradually came. Holy fuck. Oh my God. Oh. Goddamn. Listen. Since the Protestant Reformation, spiritual looking glass education has been modernized in some rooms of the House of Mirrors. Reformed male mothers gradually came to feel that maleness was overstressed by wearing dresses all the time, and even decided to include suitable proportion of females, up to 1.5, up to 1/2 of 1% among their membership, thereby stressing that the time for male snobism was over and the time for democracy had come. They also came to realize that they could be just as supernatural without being hemmed in by a stiff sacramental system. They could give birth spiritual. Oh my God. They could give birth spiritually, heal and console, and give maternal advice. Y'all ain't even motherfucking hearing y'all, god damn it. Listen. They could give birth spiritually, heal and console, and give maternal advice. They therefore continued the looking glass tradition of Mother Adam. Oh my God. of Mother Adam, while at the same time making a smooth transition into the modern age. Male mothers, my ass, they was unaliving the mother and taking her dresses. Listen, thus, Western culture was gracefully prepared by its supernatural mothers called fathers to see all things supernaturally, that is, to perceive the world backward clearly. In fact, so excellent had been our education that this kind of thinking has become this like the second nature for almost everybody. No longer in need of spiritual guidance, our culture has come of age. This fact is evident to anyone who will listen to it when it talks. Its statesmen clear headedly affirm the fact that this is, quote, the free world. Its newscasters accurately report that there has been fighting in the demilitarized zone, that several people were killed in a nonviolent demonstration, that, quote, our nation is fighting to bring peace to Southeast Asia. Its psychiatrists proclaim that the entire society is, in fact, a mental institution and applaud this fact as a promising omen of increasing health for their profession. Oh my God. Woo, son of a God damn. In the Looking Glass Society, females, that is, magnifying mirrors play a crucial role. But males have realized that it would serve no good purpose if this were to become known by females, who then might stop looking into the toy mirrors they have been taught to use incessantly. Goddamn. They might then begin looking inside or outside or backward or forward. Instead of settling for the vanity of parakeets, they might fall into the sin. They might fall into the sin of pride and refuse to be magnifying mirrors any longer. God damn. The females in the terrifying, exhilarating experience of becoming rather than reflecting. Oh my God. Y'all ain't up in the fucking room, god damn it. Oh my God. Damn. Listen. Ooh, goddamn. 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 Listen. Ooh. Yes, Tajli, 1973. It's like Europeans trying to make African art demonized and usurped. Is there a term for this type of behavior? This is why I can't take the Jesus juice, the Jesus juice slurper seriously. Mary was the real witch in that story. Mother Adam, yes. God damn. The females in the terrifying, exhilarating experience of becoming. Baby, listen. God damn it. In the terrifying, exhilarating experience of becoming rather than reflecting, would discover that they too have been infected by the dynamics of the mirror world. You understand? Having learned only to mirror, they would find in themselves reflections of the sickness in their masters. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. They would find themselves doing the same things, fighting the same way, looking inside for something there. They would be confused by what at first would appear to be an an endless hall of mirrors. What to copy? What model to imitate? Where to look? What is a mere mirror to do? But wait, How could a mere mirror even frame such a question? The question itself is the beginning of an answer that keeps unfolding itself. The question answer is a verb, and when one begins to move in the current of the verb, she knows that she is not a mirror. Once she knows this, she knows it so deeply that she cannot completely forget. God, she cannot completely forget. God damn it. She knows it so deeply that she has to say it to her sisters. Oh, what if more and more of her sisters should begin to hear and to see and to speak? Mm. 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 God damn it. This would be a disaster. Y'all ain't heard. This would be a disaster. This would be a disaster. This would be a disaster. It would throw the whole society backwards into the God motherfucking damn. I am subdued the fuck up in here, yo. I'm subdued. I'm subdued. I'm subdued. I'm subdued. Okay. She said, what if more and more of her sisters should begin to hear and to see and to speak? What would happen? This would be a disaster. It would throw the whole society backward into the future. Without magnifying mirrors all around, men would have to look inside and outside. They would start to look inside, wondering what was wrong with them. They would have to look outside because without the mirrors, they would begin to receive impressions from real things out there. They would even have to look at women instead of reflections. This would be confusing, and they would be forced to look inside again, only to have the harrowing experience of finding there the eternal woman. The perfect parakeet. Listen, child, she said inside yourself as a male, inside yourself to. Oh my God. Listen, they say the men, when the mirrors are removed and women are no longer parakeeting for them, they would have to look inside themselves. And there they would discover the eternal woman, the perfect parakeet within their own goddamn self. Desperately looking outside again, they would find that the parakeet is no longer out there. Dashing back inside, males would find other horrors, all of the others. The whole crowd would be in there. The lazy niggas, the dirty Chicanos, the greedy Jews, the faggots and dykes, plus the entire crowd of communists and the backward population of the third world. God damn. I cannot. Like, God damn. What y'all over here talking about? Here lies the powdered wigs of old, slain and snatched by the edges, pearls clutched. Travago, y'all killing me. Listen. Oh, Lord have mercy. She said, in the whole backward population of the third world, looking outward again, mirrorless males would be forced to see people. God damn. Y'all. Oh. Yo. Yo. She said, looking outward again, mirrorless males would be forced to see people. You feel me? Oh yeah. Hold on. ID got an attitude with Mary's little diatribe about all the others. Hold on. Okay. She said, where to go? Paroxysm toward the omega point. Paroxysm toward the omega point. But without the magnifying mirror, even the last refuge is gone. What to do for relief? Send more bombing? Hold on. Send more bombing missions? It is pointless to be killing the enemy after you find out the enemy is yourself. Oh, listen, she say after all of that, what you gonna do? You gonna send more bombing missions? Where you gonna send them at? Huh? Where else they gonna go? Send more bombing missions? But no, isn't it pointless to be she said it is pointless to be killing the enemy after you find out that the enemy is yourself. But the looking glass society is still there, bent on killing itself off. It is still ruled by God the Father, who, gazing at his magnified reflections, believes in his superior size. God in his superior size. I say, quote, believes, because the reflection now occasionally seems to be diminished, and so he has to make a renewed act of faith up in himself. We have been locked in this Eden of his. We've been locked in this Eden of his far too long. If we stay much longer, life will depart from this planet. The freedom to fall out of Eden will cost a mirror-shattering experience. The freedom becoming survival of our species will require a continual communal striving in being. This means forging the great chain of being in sisterhood that can surround non-being, forcing it to shrink back into itself. The cost of failure is nothing. Is this the war to end all wars? The power of oh my God. Is this the war to end all wars? The power of sisterhood is not war power. There have been and will be conflicts, but the final causes not by conflict, but by attraction. Ah, my God. But by attraction, not by the attraction of a magnet that is all there, but by the creative drawing power of the good, who is self-communicating being, who is the verb from whom, in whom, and with whom all true movements move. Y'all. That's the end. That's the end of the book, y'all. God damn, Power Kismet said, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the nemesis of them all? God damn. Mm, 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 God damn. Whoo. Child. I need a shot of tequila or some shit after that. God damn. Oh my God. Yo. Yeah. She said, is this the war to end all wars? The power of sisterhood. Power of sisterhood. God damn it. Yes, y'all. Yes. God damn. Oh, Lord, child. Child, God damn. God damn, baby. Yo. Baby. That motherfucking statement she made, she said, instead of settling for the vanity of parakeets, they might fall into the sin of pride and refuse to be magnifying mirrors any longer. In a looking glass society, females, that is, females as magnifying mirrors, y'all, play a crucial role. But males have realized that it would serve no good purpose if this were to become known by females, who then might stop looking into the toy mirrors they have been taught to use incessantly. They might then begin looking inside or outside or backwards or forwards. And instead of settling for the vanity of parakeets, they might fall into the sin of pride and refuse to be magnified mirrors any longer. God damn it. Child, God damn. There you go. Finally, once and for all, we are done. Look at this little bitty ass book that we've been reading in for 6 months. Beyond God the Father and Toward the Philosophy of Women's Liberation. So refusing to be a mirror means to not feed into the man's ego, because she said, we, as the magnifying mirror, big up their reflection twofold. Lord, child. What Beyonce say in that goddamn song of hers? She said, I came here to slay. I came here to slay. Okay? I came here to slay. Well, there you go, y'all. It's done. Here it is at almost the witching hour, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yes, Aaron Pfeiffer, the book was small, but the content was giant. Yes, the fuck it was. Laugh out loud. This is a massive text F word count. Yep. Woo, child. Yeah, the mother wanted us to finish that book tonight. She did. She sure did. Because I went all the way to that client's place, and there was some craziness, and me and another massage therapist couldn't even do the shit, and we both still got paid the full amount without having to do the shit. She was like, now take your ass home and finish this book once and for all. Okay. Whew, that was so deep. Oh. Listen, that little shit she said about Adam being Adam being an unwed baby mama. She said Adam was the first of all unwed baby mamas. God damn. Listen. Child. Yo. Oh, Lord. Forced into being pregnant on with baby daddy. Well, he was sedated. They put his ass to sleep. So he got pregnant with his wife without his consent because he was asleep. Oh my God. Lord. Boy. And I'm gonna tell you, I have a dilemma. Everybody would say, what a twist. Child. Listen, I have a dilemma because I have a dilemma. We're going to start doing the book club / temple study tomorrow night. But I told y'all that the next book I was going to attempt to start reading was Mommy Wata. I think it's the version that I have was a gift. Yeah, it's volume 2. And you see this little bitty ass book that we just read and it took me 6 months to read. You see this? This shit is bigger than The Great Cosmic Mother. And it took me 6 months to read The Great Cosmic Mother without any, I didn't do no diatribes, no breakdowns, no none of that. It took me 6 months doing a straight read of The Great Cosmic Mother. You see how big Mommy Wata is? This thing is bigger than The Great Cosmic Mother. Adam fell into a tub of anointed baby oil. Oh! I shouldn't even laugh at that. That's terrible. Oh my God. That's terrible. Oh, Lord. Look. Okay, look. Listen. Okay. I just have to tell y'all. I have a dilemma. Okay? Because there's so much shit I want to read to you. I don't know that Mommy Wata is going to be the next thing. I just don't know that. I don't know that. It's so big. It's so big. I'm tempted to read something small and short because Mommy Wata is big. I need a minute. I took 6 months, almost 7 months to read this book by Mary Daly. And it was a lot. And I have, since I started reading Beyond God the Father, y'all, because I have a problem. I have an addiction, a serious, probably concerning addiction. Since I started reading Beyond God the Father, not figuratively, I have paid for I bought about 125 books. I'm not joking. I bought about 125 books since I started reading Beyond God the Father. I'm not joking. And one of the books that I said, I don't see it right here in front of me, that I just recently got, that I said I wanted to get into you guys with, because I knew it was going to be some bullshit, and I felt like we need to get into it. Where did I put that book? But it was the book I was telling you about this Negro preacher from Nigeria who has written a series of books. Oh, here it is. Even though he in Nigeria, his church is in Nigeria, he has written a series of books targeting, quote, African Americans. And I bought one of the books because it came through. It came through as a recommendation. So I buy all my books. I try to buy all my books from thrift books. I try really hard not to buy anything from Amazon if I can. Yes, I still have an Amazon account, but I am very deliberate and strategic about what I buy from Amazon. And so I buy all of the books that I buy through thriftbooks.com. And I have my freaking wish list on thrift books is redonkulous. If you're ever interested in checking out my wish list, you are welcome. You feel me? You are welcome to get the link to my wish list and help me fill that wish list at any given time. I'm just saying. So anyway, yes, Claudia Ankara, them African Christians be on some whole other shit. You feel me? So anyway, it came through because of like what I've already bought from thrift books. It came through as a recommendation. I don't know how, but I guess it was because of the Mami Wata. This book is called the African Americans in the Ministry of Mami Wata by Chief Apostle Professor Vic N. Ronnie. And it is a part of a series that he has done called Overcoming the Queen of the Coast. Overcoming the Queen of the Coast. Okay? And so this whole book about African Americans in the ministry of Mami Wata, I was like, and it's not even as dense as Mary Daly's book. Like you see, it's big print. You feel me? Because her book, even though it was a thin book, it was very dense, very small print, whatever. This book is not as dense. But I have been saying for some time that we need to be going toe to toe with these motherfuckers. And I ain't talking about debates with them or nothing like that, but I'm saying having institutions, building institutions in campaigns of dual and contending power. Like, because they are attacking, they are assaulting and attacking and focusing their fucking vitriol towards Black women in particular, witches in general, but Black women in particular. And so this dude has a whole ministry called Overcoming the Queen of the Coast, where he's talking about the female Orisha. You feel me? So I don't know. I'll read through this one on my own time to see if this is something I would even subject you guys to. I also bought another book. I believe this book is a fiction, but kind of based on, this is a fiction based on actual occurrences. And it is a foreign book. I can't even pronounce the author's last name. And it's a translation. Hold on. It's called The Sibyl by Par Logotschwitz. Can y'all see that? The Sibyl by Par Logotschwitz. Oh, I guess I got knocked off of IG. The Sibyl, Par Logotschwitz. So that is a novel. I haven't read through it yet, so I do not know. But what I've been debating about, I got so many books. I don't know. But I don't know about. I just don't know about starting Mami Wata. It's so. When I look at it, it's daunting because it's so big. Let's see. Give us a couple of movie. Okay, you know what, Tajali? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Totally. I have already made the commitment that this week I will do your goddamn wicked review. Be up off me. Okay? That is a commitment. It will happen either Thursday or Friday. It is a definitive. Your wicked review, at least part one of it, will unfold this week. And you will be the first to know. Okay? Okay. Give us a couple of movie reviews between books. I know it has been a very long time. It's been a very long time since it's been a very, very long time since I've done a movie review. So yes, that is the commitment because Tajli has been straight up hardcore kicking my whole entire ass about this wicked breakdown. So at least I'm gonna do part one of what I know is gonna be a long and tedious process with this motherfucking movie. Let's see. I personally recommend the Paradise Papers as a book to read on here. It is an archaeological based exploration of women in the ancient world. It's one. Let's see, but I know the lineup is long. Yes, Aaron Child. I was just sitting here thinking, like, let me go ahead and put it on the list. I don't know when the hell I'm gonna get to it, but let's go ahead and put this joint on the list. It's called the Paradise Papers. Okay. When God was a woman. Okay. Yeah, so that's a great recommendation. Who said that anyway? Claudia, I think. Okay, Tajli said give us a couple of movie reviews between books. Yeah, that's a great idea. So that'll give me time to yeah, that'll give me time without feeling the need to rush to decide what the next book is going to be because there are so many. And it's got to be some. Let's see. Yeah, there's so many, so many, so many, so many. hmm Like this one I just got not too long ago. It sounds so good. It's called The Invisible Sex: Uncovering the Roles of Women in Prehistory. Right, I just, yeah, there you go. The Invisible Sex, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then I told y'all I went to this like little, it's like a little, like a little, it's called the House of Sacred Harmony. It's like a little head shop. It's Black owned, which I love, here in Los Angeles on Santa Monica. And they had this whole table of books. And they were like, okay, we're not going to put a price on any books. Just make a donation. It was a bunch of books. Child, I gave them $100. I took so many books out of that goddamn store. It's 11:11. Look at that. Okay. All right, 11:11. Okay. So this one I started actually getting into. It's called Pluto, the Evolutionary Journey of the Soul. Yeah. This book is a little bit deep. Then I got another one that I want to get into kind of deep. It's called The Once and Future Goddess, a sweeping visual chronicle of the sacred female and her reemergence in the cultural mythology of our time. Child. The Once and Future Goddess. the sweeping visual chronicle of the sacred female and her reemergence in the cultural mythology of our time. You feel me? Like, damn, that's a pretty sick one too. But I'm like, oh, yes, right? Then there's another one I got called Grandmother Time. Now, haven't we been talking about that a lot? With Mama Saturn, a woman's book of celebration, spells, sacred objects for every month of the year. Grandmother of Time. Then I went and got all them books from that place. And most of them were like old school, like 1950s, 1960s, 1970s ceremonial magic books. You feel me? Yeah, I just got so much good shit. Child. This book was published in, let's see when this book was published. Let's see. This book was published in 1976. The Magic Power of Witchcraft, baby. Child. When I tell y'all, I'll be up in here subdued, child. The Cleansing Rites of the Curanderismo. Can y'all, man, this light thing. Okay, there it is. The Cleansing Rites of the Curanderismo. Huh? This book is badass. Just found out that the lady who plays in The Serpent Queen is a devout Catholic. No, she ain't no Catholic, Java Watson. What? Oh, Lord. Damn. Hold on. This book just looked old as hell. Hold on. When was this one published? This one was first published in 1974. The Book of Pagan Rituals. Look how old that look. Yeah. Maybe I came up. I came up in that store. So let's see. This one I've been looking at a lot. This one's old too. It's called The Supernatural Signs of Things to Come. This one was published in 1975. The illustrations are great. Ooh, great. Ew. Okay, so this one's called The Supernatural Signs of Things to Come. You want to see what's on the back? Look at the back cover. Look at the back cover. Supernatural Signs of Things to Come. This was published in, I think 75 is what I said. But look at some of the pictures in this. Look at this book, y'all. Damn. Yes. I told y'all I made out like bandits. You could just tell it's old. Hold on. Yeah, the illustrations, the pictures, it's great. Great. Just wonderful. Oh, just wonderful. Just wonderful. Revealing the tarot's secrets. Look at this. This book. Yeah. We got another one. This one was published in 1966. The Ritual Magic Workbook. Yeah. Yeah. So I have a lot. So, but anyway, let me commune with the mother on that one before I make a definitive decision about what our next endeavor will be. Before we determine what our next endeavor will be. And but yes, I will take you guys' recommendation. The next I'd say maybe, you know what? Honestly, since we're going to be doing like the temple studies, I'd say I probably won't. I know, Java Watson. I know. Yeah, I'll be hype. I'm always surrounded by like extreme awesomeness in books, you know, and I really like this process. I really like this process of reading to you guys and reading books that I've never read for the first time to you guys. Let's see. Please let me know the next book so I can order it. Yeah, absolutely. I will totally let you guys know way ahead of time, so that you have time to order it for yourself. Yeah, but I got so many books. So many. And yeah. I got it, it's not one that I would read. I don't think. Yeah, it's not one that I would read, but this one I'm really excited about too. How long ago did I get this book? And this one's fairly recent. It was published in 2009. It's called the Voodoo Hoodoo Spell Book. The Voodoo Hoodoo Spell Book. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. But yeah, let me debate about that. In the meantime, yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take your recommendation. I'm gonna try to chop down the tree of some of these movies that we've been threatening. Um, yeah. So I think the next time we crack open the spine of a book is probably going to be the next quarter. I know it sounds like a long time, but child, that shit is 11 weeks away already. You know what I'm saying? So like after we do the spring equinox ritual, and I take about a week to recover from that. What you want? What you want to be here? Hey baby. After come on girl. After we do that, then we'll go ahead and start the next book. Say hey to everybody, big old head girl. Hey. I know, girl, you're so extra. Um Go ahead. Go ahead. Extra girl. Yeah, you can sit down. Okay. Um a mess. Big head. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. So in that time between the temple services, between the temple studies, girl, now you ain't gonna be able to do all that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, you can go ahead and get down. Go on about your life. Go on about your life. Then we'll do maybe 2, 3 movies. So Wicked is one. I've already said I think I'm about to get into this Gladiator just because F what's his name? FD whatever his name is got me so hype about the Gladiator. I got to see that. And then uh, Wicked, Gladiator, and I might be ambitious. It would be highly ambitious. But FD signifier, thank you. I might be ambiguous and I'm ambitious to try to go ahead and complete this walkthrough of the Matrix. It's the first one I ever wanted to do, and I got caught up. You know, it ended up doing the Suicide Squad as a consequence. But I think I might backtrack and go ahead and go back into the Matrix. But anyway, we finally made it, child. We made it through that book. Pure, what is it? Beyond God the Father and Toward Philosophy. Please don't stop the ads during Okay, thank you, Java Watson. I appreciate you so much, girl. I really do. I appreciate you so much. I know the ads can be annoying. But it's how I get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like those, I appreciate it when people give me super thanks and super chats, but those are few and far between. Watching the ads, and I strategically place them. I don't let them randomly place them because they would be doing that shit every 3 minutes if I let them randomly place them. I'll deliberately place the ads to only show once every 18 minutes. Y'all think it's a lot, but it's actually not a lot. They they play once every 18 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And watching the ads is a very free and efficient way for you to get me paid. You know what I'm saying? So watch the ads. I know it's annoying. I get it. But watch the ads. Whenever I'm looking at my favorite content creators, now that I know that that's how they get paid, because I used to do it where I could just skip the ads. I don't skip the ads anymore if it's somebody that I really enjoy. I'm like, let me give them their coins. Feel me? So watch the ads. They're once every 18 minutes. Watch the ads. Thank you so much, Java Watson. I am going to keep my ad because I said last week, I was like, well, maybe because what happens in the live is when the ads are placed in the live, it causes like a what do you call it? Like a delay. It creates a delay. Y'all don't miss anything, but it does create a delay until you catch up. So I was like, damn, maybe I should just like not make it so the ads don't show during the temple service. But Java Watson was like, please don't stop the ads during the temple service. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I won't. So watch the ads whenever you can. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Comment on every single video that you like. Commenting on the video helps drive the algorithm to my channel. The algorithm is not kind to me because I do not self-censor. So in the absence of me self-censoring, you commenting on my shit will still give me access to the algorithm. So please do that. Please comment. Java Watson, Claudia Ankara, they are very good about that. Tajali, some of y'all are very, very good about that. Y'all are very good about placing timestamps in the comments. I love that. I love it when you place a timestamp on something that stood out to you. Please know that every time you put a timestamp in a comment, I'm going right back to that timestamp because there's something for me in it. I learned something. Every time you guys post a timestamp, you're like, damn, this part right here, this was dope. And then I go back and listen to it. I was like, damn, that shit was hard. Let me make a mental note of that. You feel me? So do that. I love that. Every single time. It don't matter how, like Java Watson, I think, Claudia Ankara, they be going in on the timestamps. Please know that every single solitary timestamp that you put in the comments, I go back and listen. Every single one. Every single one. Without fail. Sometimes 2 or 3, 4 times. You feel me? As a matter of fact, I don't remember who it was, but somebody put a timestamp on a video I had done a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And so I went back, listened to the timestamp. I was like, damn, that's fire. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just listen to the whole thing. It was the video, just for y'all to know, because I just listened to it 2 days ago. I got the comment. I was like, damn, I forgot that shit was hard as fuck. I was on one. The video was called The Role We All Play in Our Own Betrayal. That's the name of the video. The Role We Play in Our Own Betrayal. When I tell you, let me just tell y'all, when I tell you that your girl is a genius, that video was genius level video. That shit was genius level. Okay. And I don't remember who it was. I have to go back and shout them out. But it was somebody who brought that video to my attention just 2 days ago. And I watched that video, The Role We Play in Our Own Betrayal. I watched that video 3 times that day, or listened to it 3 times that day. Because I was like, damn, I said that? God damn. That shit was hard as fuck. That was a year ago. Yeah. No, it was a little over a year ago, maybe about a year and a half ago. Their children have sovereignty. Had me wheezing. Child, that was a good one too. That was a good one too. I just re-listened to that one recently. Somebody made a comment on it. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. That one was a good one too. That needs to be revisited pretty regularly. You know what I'm saying? So, what y'all doing? They so cute. They over there staring out the door. So revisit the old videos. The videos that keep people, so from week to week, when I get my what do you call it, when I get my analytics, it's the Great Cosmic Mother, it's the Sibyls, and those of you who have been watching live, Beyond God the Father. But in that order, that is what is still bringing people to the page. That the Great Cosmic Mother, Rediscovering the Religion of the Earth, next to it, the Sibyls, and next to that, the fact that I was reading Beyond God the Father in real time. But so go back to those things. Put timestamps in the comments because it'll also help me to eventually go back and break my videos down into chapters. Now, the way that I had my thing set up, it was supposed to automatically create chapters, but it doesn't. I don't know why. And I haven't gone through the process trying to figure out why. But at least if you guys find things that stand out to you and put them in timestamps in the comments, I can go back and say, okay, I'll create a chapter here. I'll create a chapter there. So I appreciate that. I can link it. Let's see. The one about asceticism is also genius. I think that's the one I'm talking about. The one that is entitled The Role We Play in Our Own Oppression, or something to that effect. It is me talking about asceticism, martyrdom, and absolution, but juxtaposing those concepts, asceticism, sadomasochistic asceticism, martyrdom, and absolution with common psychological disorders that we identify in our personal relationships. So strategic and weaponized incompetence, right? Gaslighting, breadcrumbing, love bombing, and how they're juxtaposed with sadomasochistic asceticism, martyrdom, and absolution. That was a gangster ass goddamn, because one of the shorts that I did for it was called American Patriotism is Stockholm Syndrome. That was what it was entitled. The short was American Patriotism is Stockholm Syndrome. People was mad as hell. People was mad as hell. American Patriotism is Stockholm Syndrome. Right? Let's see. The video shows the genesis of our problems. I can link it in the comments after this live is done if anyone wants to see it. Yes, Aaron. I got distracted a couple minutes ago, so I lost the way. Oh, okay. Let's see. You named another book, forgot the name. It's no longer in print. Oh, it was The Search for Oneness. It's why we end every conspiracy with Mommy and I are one. But we don't use MOMMY. We use MAMI. The Search for Oneness is the name of the book. The Search for Oneness. The Search for Oneness. And then remember I was talking about the 4 white deaths on Saturday? The 4 white deaths by the indigenous brother, and then went to my nutrition class and she called it the 4 deadly food, the 4 deadliest foods: white flour, white fat, white sugar, and white salt. Right? The 4 white deaths. I have a book that's very gangster. I bought it while I was in college, so that was well over a decade ago. But the name of the book is Pure, White, and Deadly. Pure, White, and Deadly by John Yudkin. That's a great book. Very much in alignment with what we was talking about on Saturday. Anyway. That's all I got for y'all. I still got a jewelry order I have to fill so I can ship it out tomorrow. So that's it. We're done. We're done with the book. Now I tell you, we still have, because like I told you, when I read The Great Cosmic Mother, I bought every book referenced of Mary Daly in The Great Cosmic Mother, because at some point or another, Barbara Moore referenced every single one of Mary Daly's works. I'm not going to read Mary Daly for quite some time because some of y'all got an attitude about it. That's fine. No judgment. I will make the commitment that the next book that I read will be some person of color, a woman of color, because I got many of those too that I am wanting to get through. But I still have Amazon Grace, Recalling the Courage to Sin Big by Mary Daly. Amazon Grace, Recalling the Courage to Sin Big by Mary Daly. That's one we eventually gonna have to get the fuck up into. Then another one of hers that we must eventually read, which has been her most critically acclaimed work, is called Gyne. Oof. Just white. Okay. Gyne Ecology, the Meta-Ethics of Radical Feminism. Right? Gyne Ecology. Then, oh, you know what, Aaron Pfeiffer, if it's the same book, I think I have it. The book that you was talking about, you said When God Was a Woman. I haven't read it yet, but I have a book called When God Was a Woman by Merlin Stone. Is it the same author, Aaron Pfeiffer? Is this the book you were talking about? When God Was a Woman by Merlin Stone? Oh, okay. See, I already got it. I told you I'll be buying books quicker than I can read them. So there you go. I got it. It's on the list. Another Mary Daly book that's one of these years we might get up into. Just the book cover itself is enough to make me want to read it. The Quintessence, it's called Quintessence, Realizing the Archaic Future, a Radical Elemental Feminist Manifesto by Mary Daly, with her on the cover holding that double-edged blade, baby, holding that double-edged axe in her old age. You feel me? There you go. And then the last one that I have by her is called, oh no, this ain't it. It's called Outer Course, The Bedazzling Voyage. That is the last book that I have by Mary Daly. Yeah, so anyway, we got a bunch by her. Oh, you know what? No, that's not the only one I have heard. This one too. It's called The Church and the Second Sex, with the feminist post-Christian induction. Yeah, The Church and the Second Sex. So that's another one of hers. I think that's all of those, because I bought all of hers right away. And then I just got a bunch of stuff that I'm and I was tempted because we had talked about it at one time. You remember we read the Parable of the Sower, and I have the Parable of the Talents, which is the follow-up to the Parable of the Sower. Oh, this light glare is ridiculous. Parable of the Talents by Octavia Butler. I haven't read it yet, and it's thick as hell too, way thicker than the Parable of the Sower. But I don't know. We shall see, child. We shall see. It may come to me what we're gonna read next the same way that Pure Lust did. I'm thinking Pure Lust was gonna be like, some deviation from the deep shit we had been covering. And so it just popped right out, and then it ended up being deeper than any of us was ready for. So we shall see. You know, the mother, I will keep myself open for the mother to have her way with us to see what it is that we need to be reading up on next. You feel me? Anyway, I will come up with the next thing we're going to do is this goddamn wicked. Okay. That's what we're going to do. That's going to be Thursday. She, God was a black woman, should be up on the list too. Yeah, listen, Claudia, she wasn't playing. She wasn't playing about the acts. She wasn't playing with the acts. I don't know if you remember how much time she spent. Not only her, I don't know if y'all recall, in The Great Cosmic Mother, Barbara Moore spent an extraordinary amount of time in those earlier chapters talking about the historical significance of the two-sided acts. So, you know, and so it makes sense that Mary would be on that same thing. So anyway, that's all I got for you. It's 11:38 Pacific Standard Time. This was a lot of fun. Jewish temples, Christian churches just went ablaze, and I haven't been watching the news out of Sally. Oh shit. Damn, I'm about tempted to drive to Altadena. Oh, you in that area, girl? Are you okay? Sally, call me after we get off this live, girl. I know you up in that area. Damn. Yeah, Sally, call me. I'm about to go ahead and shut this down. All right, y'all. I'll keep y'all updated. Good night. Thank you for joining me. This was fun. I'm so glad to be done with this book. I'm so glad to be finished. So, like I said, I'll go ahead and create the Eventbrite tonight. Send that out. I won't send it out tonight because it's already almost midnight. I'll send it out tomorrow, and tomorrow morning early. Y'all can sign up through the Eventbrite, and then I will send out the Zoom link to you guys, and we'll get it cracking tomorrow. All right. Peace. Y'all have a great night. Pay attention to your dreams. All right.